Don't date a guy who's not over his ex. Don't date a cheater. Don't date a selfish guy.
What type of guys shouldn't girls date?
Rapists.
Go out with somebody who knows what they want.
A guy shouldn't date a girl who's mysterious, insecure, controlling.
What type of guys shouldn't girls date?
Mostly the guys who love sex.
Hi guys, it's Tori. Welcome back. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. So today we're pretty much going to be doing a campus interview, and I'm going to be asking boys what type of boys girls should not date. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. Okay guys, so I have Judah, Christopher, and Keishas, and Blessing. Okay, so the same question applies to them. So we'll start with Judah. What type of boys or men shouldn't girls date? From a guy's perspective, of course.
I think you should start with Glacius. Let me summarize because I feel they're gonna get my answers.
What type of guys shouldn't girls date?
Okay, personally I think girls should look into guys who are upstairs maturely. When you look at okay, at this point, things for a girl needs a lot of things. You know, you cannot just be a girl without makeup. You know, girls, you like makeups, you know. So at least you should look into a guy who has at least, you know, money that can at least help you pull up.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And also looking at the behavior of the behavior of some guys. You know, if you're a girl, but anyway, it depends. But if you're a girl, you also look at maybe a guy who drinks. If you don't like a guy who drinks, you also look into those ends. You don't have to end up in a relationship with someone you don't love.
You guys are hearing? So next up we have Christopher, and he's also going to give us his perception.
You are the type of
boys that girls shouldn't date.
Personally, I think every girl has what they more like there's something that they look for in every person. So more like I cannot generalize the type of guys that girls shouldn't date. You get her? For example, you would like someone who's tall, others like short guys. Even I would say in behaviors, others like hyper guys, others like who just so I would say I do not have more like a perfect answer. It depends on what you want.
What type of boyfriend are you?
Chilled. Cool.
Chilled and cool. Okay, so I have Blessing, and she's going to give us her opinion as well on the girls. Again? What type of girls shouldn't guys date?
Well, when you look at that question, firstly, someone needs to understand what do you need, okay? So when it comes to girls, we've got different likes, tastes in men, not boys, but men. So those things really matter in choosing the type of person you want. So if I give a specific answer saying, okay, what type of guys should girls not date, I would be generalizing, okay, everyone in one context of what I like and what I dislike. So there are things that you wouldn't, try to temper with and say, okay, just look for the needs. Just look for the needs that you want, because we all have different needs. Your needs and my needs are very different. But if I like short guys and you like tall guys, I shouldn't generalize that everyone is what I expect them to be like. Yeah, but otherwise that's it.
Can I give you a simpler answer to that? Huh? The toxic type. Don't date toxic people. Let's hear it from him.
Okay, so I'm glad they decided to use the philosophical route, which is basically not to answer on behalf of other people, but then that question was thrown out so that you can give ideas as to why certain people shouldn't be given a chance to be in a relationship. And I will use this analogy. a bad fruit or a rotten fruit is rotten whether you like it or not. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who eats it, you will get affected by that rotten fruit. So I'll use that analogy and say, don't date a guy who's not over his ex. Don't date a cheater. Don't date a selfish guy. Don't date no, that's your opinion. Don't date a guy who's gonna lay hands on you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm targeting negative traits that could possibly implicate the relationship. Don't date someone who hasn't dealt with their past. So at the end of the day, all these types of men I'm dealing with are men who have a character trait that has been bruised one way or another, or have adopted some ideologies from society that would be detrimental to your relationship. So in general, there's many pointers I could give, but I think don't date. It generally, if I could try and sum it up into one thing for the girls, you better get to know the person. You're better off getting to know who you're dealing with, so that you don't sign up for stuff you didn't actually know, was gonna come with the package at the end of the day. Know your person, so that if you see those red flags and it's not what you go for, then you leave the person. So that's my opinion, basically.
We have Duncan, and he's going to be answering what type of guys shouldn't girls date.
Rude guys that don't care. I think that's all.
What type of a boyfriend are you?
Somebody who really cares and gives attention and loves too much, I guess. Yeah, but not that too much of.
What's the distinction between not too much and too much?
Because there are times of whereby a girl gets to discover that the guy is really desperately in love with her, and girls actually take advantage of that.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Okay. So I guess that's it, because guys actually get cuffed, and at the end of the time or day, a lot of guys get controlled. Yeah. Actually.
That's the other way around. I mean, I feel like it applies to both, but.
Yeah, it does apply, but a relationship is actually 50-50 thing, so shouldn't be leaning on only one person or something like that. Yeah.
That's Duncan's perspective, guys. So we have Kaleb, and he's going to be answering the same question. What type of guys shouldn't girls date?
Rapists.
Only?
No, not only that. Even the bad ones.
It's kind of deep.
The bad ones, actually.
What's bad?
Bad? Like those ones that don't really mean what they say. Like, yeah, I love you, but in the actual sense, it's not even true. The ones that don't just have purpose, that's what I would say. In short, yeah, I'd put it like that. A guy without a plan or vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a plan and a vision?
Yeah.
You were skeptical.
No. I do have.
Okay, he has. Mioba. What type of girls shouldn't guys date?
I think talkative ones.
Talkative girls?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright. Those girls, they just love money, and not the guy, but they just want the guy to sponsor, I can say that.
Okay, so girls who want to use guys for materialistic things. Okay. So we have Isaac, and he's going to be telling us also what type of guys shouldn't girls date.
Mostly the guys who love sexy.
You guys heard. What else? That's about it?
Yeah, and guys who like mistreating ladies, okay. Yeah, those are the kind of guys girls shouldn't date, okay.
What type of a boyfriend are you? What type of a guy are you?
Me, a lover boy.
Okay. You
Yeah.
guys heard that?
Yeah, but I'm a cool guy, okay.
He's a cool guy. Okay, thank you. We have Wusson here, and he's going to be answering the same question. What type of guys shouldn't girls date?
Well, a guy who doesn't know what he's doing. A guy with no vision. In as much as women love attention and stuff, but a man has to have some qualities. Yeah, so the man must be focused. He must have something going on. Yeah, you can't just be dating a man who's always wanting to go for chills every weekend. Yeah, but you must date a man who inspires you to do better.
True.
Yeah, you must date a man who has some future plans. I may say stingy guys, or I may not judge about the stingy part. Yeah.
Yeah.
I may not
Stingy
say anything
guys,
about
yeah,
the
yeah,
stingy part, but us guys are found in different situations.
Sure.
Yeah, so they are business guys. Yeah, and then there are some guys who are, they are hustlers, but they are stingy guys as well, whereby he can't even spend a penny on you. Yeah, but most of the guys are also confused to be stingy guys. You know, us guys sometimes would rather invest in something whereby if we invest the same money we have invested, it's going to multiply when it comes back. But if you invest money in a woman, there's a 50% chance it won't come back.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
My cameraman is smiling.
So, but it depends. So, if your woman is also business minded, yeah, a man can also invest because he knows this money I'm investing, she's going to grow the money. Yeah. So, and sometimes it's important if partners are helping each other. Yeah, it's not only a man who has to spend on maybe a date, but the both of you can help each other. Yeah, maybe if somebody contributes 300 and the other contributes a 300. Yeah, it's not only a man that must be doing all these sorts of things in a relationship. Yeah, so a relationship is not a charity. Yeah, so it's a 50-50 thing. Yeah, you help each other. So this is why some relationships, some guys tend to give up at some point, whereby the woman is always demanding. And people always say a partner who's always receiving is a problem. Because this is more like you are raising a child to be always receiving. If the child asks for money, you give them. They ask for this, you give them. What if the day you won't have anything? They'll end up stealing.
So pretty much they won't learn to be independent because they're always dependent on.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe a dependent partner.
Yeah, true. I hear
It's
you.
not good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was Wusson's perspective, guys. So I have some mass communication students who are going to be answering our question for today. I have
Kabingala.
Kabingala.
Yeah.
Samoa.
Fatima.
Okay, so the question for today is for the lady. Okay, I'll start with you. What type of boys shouldn't girls date?
I feel guys. Okay, it depends because it depends on the type of girls, what they prefer. Their preference also matters. As for me, I would advise my friends. I would advise Samoa, Fatima. I would actually advise them to not date outgoing guys. Because I personally feel like outgoing guys, it's a habit that can never end. Yeah.
What type of girls shouldn't guys date?
I feel like we would generalize that question though, because let's just say, like he said, it's preference, yeah? But I feel like a guy shouldn't date a girl who's, I don't know, outgoing, or a girl who's what? Like, there's a word I'm looking for. Okay. Let me just say, go out with somebody who knows what they want in the relationship. Like, they're already ready for that relationship. Than just going out with somebody who's moving on vibes or just wants something. So, yeah, date somebody who's willing to be in a relationship. And then again, date somebody who wants to be in a relationship. That's what I would say, though.
True. What about you, Fatima?
I think a guy shouldn't date a girl who's mysterious, insecure, controlling. Because a mysterious girl, in short, is, let's say I have a boyfriend and I'm that type of person who would go around looking for information about him, because I don't trust him. And on the insecurities part, let's say a girl who's always bagging her boyfriend or a person she's in a relationship to say, no, you're cheating on me, such.
But don't you think insecurities still come about from just being in a relationship with the person? Because some people would make you feel insecure, like some guys where maybe you're walking together but then they still eye other females, or they constantly are being, or like stalking females. For instance, their Instagram is just filled with like all these females and stuff like that. Doesn't still the insecurity originate from that?
It does. Okay, as for me, I'm a really insecure person, and I think
You'd want affirmation, right?
Yes, I would want affirmation. If you're doing something, let me know. Not we're in a position where you're doing something where we're in a conversation and then you just go quiet on me. I'm an insecure person, so the more you just go quiet on me without saying anything, I'll start overthinking things. Maybe he's with another female, maybe he's doing this and that.
So you're more like for communication. You know, you want it like constantly, and I hear you.
Yeah, communication is the most important. That's what I always say. And trust should be part of it. And also a controlling female. The type of female, let's say, you want to go out with your friends, but your female will be like, no, don't go out with them, you have to stay with me. Or in a situation where you want to do certain thing, but the female will be refusing you to do such, like, certain things.
Alright, okay, I hear you. Thank you. What's your name?
Lontia. Yeah.
So same question. What type of girls shouldn't guys date?
Shouldn't guys date? You know, these things we all have choices, preferences, as you say. So I think it would depend with the personality that the guy has. Yeah. So I don't know what he would go for.
What type of a girl are you?
When it comes to relationships.
The nagging one, the attention-seeking one.
Yeah, you know,
one.
attention. I think attention is the center of a relationship. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously when someone is giving me attention, you know, those to my good morning texts and everything, I'll be like, all right, I think it's smooth. I'm okay. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so Maria, what type of females shouldn't guys date?
What type of females shouldn't guys date? Okay, so it depends on the type of person, but generally there are certain women that are so controlling, you know, and so nagging. And you find that there are certain women who don't have visions and goals. So I feel guys shouldn't date women without visions or goals.
What type of girlfriend are you?
I'm a type of girlfriend who bring a vision to the table and say, you know what, we've got to work on this, yes. Or here's an idea, we'll work on it together. We put up our ideas together and work on something.
Do you feel like that is sometimes mistaken for being controlling? Because you know how guys they don't want you to tell them like, okay, yo, like for instance, we're dating somebody on campus and they're like, okay, yo, you should study, you should do this, you should do that. Hey, have you eaten? Hey, have you done it? They're like, oh my God, she's like so controlling.
Okay,
So how does that fit in with you having goals and the person as well having goals but not wanting to be reminded about their goals? Because I feel like as females, we always have this like, if somebody is like pushing you to do better, we appreciate that. But on a guy's perspective, it's like, she's so nagging, she's always telling me what I already know and stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's really true. But the thing is that for it not to look like so controlling, when you tell someone something like once or twice and they're not doing anything about it, I feel you just need to let go because they don't want to listen. But then the way it comes out to be controlling is where you keep on telling the person all the same time, you're commanding them to do something they don't want. Because if I advise my boyfriend to say you need to do this, or maybe I feel we should do this in this way, and he decides not to listen, I'll tell him, so maybe he's not interested, so I'll let go of it. When he's interested, he'll come on board. But then where I keep on forcing him to do it even if he doesn't want to, then that means I'm controlling.
Alright, so you heard it, guys, the type of people that you should and shouldn't date. I hope you guys learned one or two things. Make sure you like, subscribe, and let's get to 1K.